Welcome in, Empresses and Woke Dudes. How are you today? The topic today is individuality. Narrator voice. Individuality. Each of us is on our own path. Each of us has our own talents and skills. Each of us has our own personalities, our own experiences and whatever. And yet we are on this path together. And the thing that's interesting to me is the similarities that have occurred. I mean, I've done hundreds of private readings for Divine Feminines. Still doing them. I mean, they're like... It's interesting how much the collective energy does impact the individual journey, right? I think I say this a lot, but I'm going to say it again. Shakespeare talked about the fact, 500 years ago, talked about the fact that there are only 7 stories. And where does that leave us as individuals? You know, like, that's how... In the 20th century, the rise of the individual became so important because everybody, you know, is on their own path, certainly, to be sure. The universe is working on each one of us for our own highest good. Our higher self is, you know, sort of, it's moving my head around, right? Because based on not only what I'm here to do and what I've come here to do, the contracts I've created before this life even started, but then what I manifest as I move along. And this is directly relevant to you because if you're feeling that, your individuality, you're getting lost in a sea of other people and I'm not important, that's not true, okay? Each one of us is here to do a very important job. And secondly, you should take some comfort in the fact that you are not alone, right? We are a collective. So there's this everything's polarity, right? Dark, light, night, day, salt, pepper. everything is a polarity. There is polarity. But part of what this twin journey, divine journey teaches us is about the stepping outside of that in order to gain insight, in order to gain wisdom, in order to see and move forward in a divine way, coming to the understanding that there is, you know, the polarity of swinging back and forth, the pendulum, right? The political pendulum that swings way back and forth. You know, in the middle here is kind of boring, but this is where in the meat here is where the polarity dissipates, right? It doesn't exist anymore. And that's where clarity is, right? Mindfulness, stillness. You know, we're so conditioned to do things, to be doing, take action. That's Western values, right? That's Western values. And we're discounting sometimes the manifestations of, you know, taking action. What does it mean to take action? What does that really mean? Because whenever I see a tarot reading or whatever that's like, all right, actions you can take, a lot of times those actions are about shifting mindset. It's an inside job. A lot of times, and I think our journey here is a lot about shifting internal states of awareness, of energy. It really is all energy. And this activity that happens outside of ourselves, you know, like, aggressively taking action against somebody or whatever, is duality. It's not mindful, for what it's worth. So today, let's do a couple cards on journey here, collective journey, and then we'll do more of a reading for particular states of behavior, what's going on. Later this month, I do want to do a lot about opening up in your own intuition. Cards are just an extension of your intuition. It's just a way of hearing yourself better. And I want to dissipate some, I wrote a little bit this morning on the forum, or on the Facebook forum, that tarot cards can't be purchased, right? You can't purchase tarot for yourself. And I do think that's an old wives' tale. I do think I had a tarot deck stolen from me on Halloween, and I understood why it happened. They also didn't get all the cards, right? They left about 5 cards, and I'm like, well, that deck is dead then, you know? It's an old wives' tale. It's something about, like, it ties back into the idea that purchasing something somehow denigrates it, somehow makes it less effective. And I don't personally believe that. I believe that energy for energy is what is required. I believe that money is energy. It's all it is. It's simply how we as human beings have collectively agreed to exchange energy for energy. Could be, you know, it could be pancakes. It could be waffles. It could be anything that we agreed to, but we happen to agree to this, to particular paper and metal as something that is in exchange. We give it value. We give it value. So if we can give money value, if we can give certain things value, it's even more pressing that we give ourselves value. Okay, which is why I think a lot in the spiritual community has trouble with money, because a lot of people in the spiritual community see a gift as not theirs to be shared, right? It's about sharing your gifts. Gifts, the reason they're called gifts is they're meant to be given away. They're meant to be shared. They're meant to be an energy for energy's sake, okay? So that's one of my little things about the spiritual community, is that there's a feeling around money. There's a block around money because they're not understanding it's simply energy. Okay. So let's get a couple cards around. That's far afield from the twin journey here, but it is something that needs to be healed. It is, for sure. It's one of the things I've healed. It's one of the things I've worked with most in my life. So let's see here. And I knew I always had a spiritual mission, but was afraid to go toward it because I didn't understand the value for value. So for you guys, I just want to give you a shortcut on that. Okay. So let's get a couple cards around the journey today. Boy, that was far afield. I don't know why that came out, but you know what? That's what happens in this group. First light. Beginning a new cycle. I feel this so strongly, you guys. I don't know about you, but this Monday, June 4th, really was a massive shift for me personally, away from things that have held me down. People, things that have held me down. And it was almost like, it was very gentle. It wasn't like, I'm not talking to you anymore. It wasn't like that. It was just like, oh, a realization that this is no longer for me. And I energetically just let go of it. First light, beginning a new cycle. Miracles, crossing bridges, unknown territory. Wow. Miracles comes up a lot. And, you know, when we talk about the twin journey, I hear a lot of people saying, oh, he'll never do that. That's true. If you think it's true, it's true. Okay? And honestly, they have their own divine masculines, divine feminines, awakening twins, have their own journey, right? They have their own journey. But your belief system is important too. If you are of the belief that they will never come toward you, then you're right. Conversely, if you are of the belief that they will come toward you, you are right. You need to shift into a more positive way. It is their choice. But as with energy and energy, if one of the energies is like this, the other one is like, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Right? So there's nothing for them to latch onto. If you completely do this, they'll never do it. Then there's a good chance they won't, because they don't feel the other energy. Crossing bridges, time for healing, connection, mending, and releasing. Unknown territory. You are exactly where you need to be. Thank you for that. I have felt in the last day or two a little bit like I am in unknown territory. And understanding that this is, you know, this twin journey in this twin community. I thank you all for being part of this community. It's getting bigger every day. I'm seeing more and more. I'm hearing more and more. I'm getting more and more questions. I'm getting more and more. And I know I'm in the right place when that happens. You know, I have had my doubts about being in the twin community and, you know, getting information that sometimes wasn't right for me. Sometimes didn't jive with my own understanding of my own journey. And you have to be discerning too. So when we do general reads, the thing that resonates with you, that little buzz or that whatever happens, the hair stands up in the back of your neck or you get full body chills, whatever it is, whatever the little indicators are, those little flags, be grateful. Like, oh my God, thank you. I want more of that. Bring me more of that. When things pop into your head, like for June, you should just be doing all this advanced opening your intuition stuff in the Empress Club. I do it because that's the thing. When things come to you and you're like, wow, follow that path. These are the stepping stones that you're getting on your path. Unknown territory. So I want to, this is the Denise Lynn Sacred Traveler deck that I received 3 months ago from somebody, from a friend of mine. And I feel like it's really important. So let's look at what each of these cards means. Beginning a new cycle. A new day has begun in your life. You are at the beginning of a new cycle. It's time to release the old and start again. Wipe the slate clean. Although it's often difficult to release familiar routines, situations, or relationships that no longer empower you, it's now time to set your sights on the future and let go of the past. Pretty much what we've been saying, right? Miracles. Ooh, I just saw it. Expect the wonders to emerge. Just around the bend, a miracle is waiting to happen. I feel that. Release fear and uncertainty. Majestic wonders wait to unfold for you. Watch for them and embrace them. Some come in an unlikely form. Trust that all is unfolding for your highest good. Expect miracles in your life. Ooh, that's gorgeous. Crossing bridges. Again, it's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. Crossing bridges is a way to let go of the past and begin a new cycle in life, where you're standing right now. A heartfelt change is ahead. It's time for healing old wounds with people and situations. It's time to forgive and let go of the past. Do whatever you need to do to make amends and then let it all go. If there's anything unresolved in your life, take steps to restore and reconcile. You may even need to burn some bridges behind you. Heal the rifts within yourself. Help others traverse bridges in their lives. That's what we're doing here. Helping you guys to, that's what I view as part of my mission, is helping other people over the bridge. In whatever way that means. In whatever way that means. So now we're in unknown territory, okay? When you start a new journey, expect miracles, cross the bridges. But now you're in unknown territory. But the message here is you are exactly where you need to be. So even though it might feel weird, and I do feel weird. I feel weird. The more the channel gets recognized and known, the more things come up that are like, oh my God, right? The more people show up, the more people, I mean, thank you. There's not a lot of haters out there for me. I really appreciate that. I want to say that out loud. I really appreciate that. And I was afraid of that when I started the channel. I was, you know, but I didn't have a choice really. I was being pushed toward it by the universe. And so whenever a hater situation does come up, my polite upbringing does kick in, but then I'm like, what are they really saying? Are they talking to me out of fear? Are they talking to me out of jealousy? Which I've always found ridiculous in my life. I had girlfriends in high school, and my mother used to say, they're just jealous. And I'd be like, of what? You know what I mean? But when that happens, you got to know you're on the right path. You're exactly where you need to be. It's counterintuitive because you're like, oh my God, I don't want anybody mad at me, right? Like there's that feeling. Pish posh, as Mary T used to say, my mother used to say. You are exactly where you need to be, even if you're not consciously aware of it. Even if you don't have all the answers, keep going forward with your heart open. If you can't see clearly ahead, don't know where you're headed, keep moving forward. This is about trust. Do what feels right, even if your brain doesn't agree. Your heart will always know. This is crucial to what we're doing here. A lot of the, I'm just not going to talk to him, comes from the ego, comes from the mind, comes from the brain, comes from the protective nature of your experience, right? There's all this stuff. You've built up all these ways of keeping yourself safe. And there's definitely some good stuff in there. But you got to know the difference. Your heart knows the difference between keeping you safe and keeping you stuck. Your heart knows the difference. Instead of dismay because you're in unknown territory, celebrate that you're expanding and growing by leaps and bounds. Your heart knows the difference. Move forward anyway. Move forward anyway. I gotta write that down. You know what? Because by the time I finish this, I will have, okay. Your heart knows the difference. Your heart knows. Right? Head versus heart. Let's do a reading. Let's do a reading, shall we? I'm going to use the Mythic deck, which is one of my favorite decks. So let's do the Journey. Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, or how about Awakened Twin, right, for the first three, Awakening Twin, and then the Journey, the relationship. Where are things? Okay? So. Yay! Wheel of Fortune, things are moving forward. Boy, you're feeling it. You're feeling it. And you know, if you're not, an old news director I had in Miami used to say this, if you're not pissing off people, then you're not doing it right. And what he meant by that was, if you're not connecting with people emotionally, you're not doing it right. I think he said that was a very negative way of saying it. But if you're not touching people emotionally, you're not doing it right. The wheel is pushing you in the direction of touching people emotionally, and that includes your twin. Right? If you're not pissing off your twin, you're not doing it right. Oh, God. Please don't. Oh, yeah. See? Oh, God bless. All right. So your twin. Oh, my goodness. Awakened twin, awakening twin, and then the Journey. So, together here, this is a general read, so take from it, what you will here. You are either feeling this way or you're doing this. Five of Swords. You're feeling like someone's shaking their finger in your face for being yourself or for being your genuine, intuitive self. Like, I talked with a woman yesterday who was afraid to put her opinion out there, to put what she knows is her mission, because she's afraid. She's afraid of getting somebody's finger in her face. I'm like, what's the hill you're ready to die on? If it's helpful, go for it. If it helps people, do it. Some people aren't going to like it. Some people aren't going to like it. But you're making a decision to go forward. So about the journey here, you are moving forward with the universe, Two of Wands here. Deciding to do things justice. To bring justice, bring balance. This is Libra energy, right? So balance. Deciding to bring that to the journey here. Even if they're waving their finger in your face, your divine masculine, divine partner, you need to move forward anyway. Fearlessly. Go forward fearlessly. Because guess what? Unknown territory. Crossing bridges. Guess what? Your person here, your divine partner, is gaining strength. 10 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles. So they may be in a situation where they feel stable. They're ready to build a foundation. And it's an earth, this is in the physical. All right? I want to be very clear. It's not always about money. It's about in the physical. It's about exchange of energy, what I was just saying here, on this earth plane. What have we agreed to, right? What have we agreed to? The Strength card is lovely because they've overcome something. They've overcome the thing keeping them from this journey. Now they want something grounded. Overcome the Devil card. I like that because while there could have been this finger-wagging stuff and this attachment to old stuff here, you're fighting it together. 5 of Wands, King of Pentacles. You're fighting for the stability of this connection. And I like this. You see this card here? There's 2 people against the dragon. The masculine, feminine against the dragon. This is the dragon. You're fighting to slay the dragon together. That's when, okay, I used to say this when I was married. We didn't have any children, and we also didn't have any common bond. Something we wanted to do together, a mission. And I felt that back in 2007, 2006. And I was the one who went through the divorce or asked for the divorce because I knew that this was not my mission. Being with this person was not my mission. He needed to go then. We were married for like 10 or 11 years. He needed to then go because he had a different mission than I did. And so now, this Devil card, let me get a clarifier on the Devil card, because this is the physical too. This is Capricorn. So being tied to sex, addiction, anything like that, those are also earthy things. So this is about fighting those things together, right? About fighting these things. Lovers, wow, Death, Hierophant, King of Wands. So you're in a cycle here. This is the new cycle. This is the coming together. Devil, Lovers, Death, Hierophant, King of Wands. Wow. This is about overcoming the attachments and the issues around overcoming commitment phobia, overcoming attachment to sex, overcoming the attachments to earthly things. The Hierophant in this deck is half man, half beast. Overcoming the beast. Just like the Devil is half man, half beast. Okay? And it's overcoming. Because look at the Strength card here is they are overcoming the beast. The thing inside them that is keeping you apart. The beast in many senses is not necessarily the earthiness of sex, but can be, in certain circumstances, the left side logical brain. Overcoming the very, very strong ego, very, very strong masculine side in order to blend with the feminine side. And so we're incorporating that. This is masculine energy here. Incorporating that into the journey. You're getting the King of Wands here, someone who's come through the journey. Someone who's come through it. So let's see. Lover, Devil, Lovers, Death. Wow. Wow. Transforming that into relationship. Blocks to love. Hermit. Blocks to love. Expectations. Expectation is a block to love. What does this look like? That's a block. Hermit. Overcoming that. Overcoming the urge to be in your cave. Right? They're overcoming that. Strength. See, he's in the cave. See? He's in the cave. Overcoming that. And being, that Virgo energy is also earthy energy. So actions to take here. Let's see what we get. Actions to take. 3 of Cups, 7 of Swords. Actions to take. More overcoming. 3 of Cups, 7 of Swords. Overcoming third-party situations. Overcoming, like that's a cheating situation. Overcoming that. Overcoming lies or deception for celebration. Having celebration around overcoming what has kept you apart. Overcoming escapism, wanting to run away, become the hermit, right? Becoming the hermit, overcoming that. Yeah. Knight of Wands. The passionate energy that brings you together. So actions to take are overcoming anything that has been keeping you apart, a thing that is unhealthy, right? The Strength card, overcoming the Devil card. Overcoming the commitment phobia and moving toward passion. Someone has been deceptive. Someone has been deceptive. Let's get a couple cards around the awakening twin here. Strength, 10 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles. They could be overcoming, too, their addiction to money, right? Because anything in excess is an addiction. Messages to you from this person, from your person here. 6 of Wands, Knight of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, King of Cups. We've got 3 kings here. The one that's missing is King of Swords, Aquarian energy. Clear-eyed. Got the Justice card here for you. They need that. So 6 of Wands, they see you as being amazing. 6 of Wands, like, wow. You are celebrated. You're highly sought after. You're awesome. They're seeing that. They want to come toward you fast, but they're stopping themselves. Now they have 3 knights here, too. The knight that's missing is the Knight of Cups. But we have the King of Cups. So they do want to share their feelings. They're struggling with sharing their feelings. They're going fast, slow, fast, slow, fast. They want to come toward you, then they stop themselves. They want to come toward you, then they stop themselves. They want to reveal their feelings. 4 of Wands. And they know that it's going to move you into relationship. And so they stop because they're feeling the commitment phobia thing here. Their fear of being tied down. Their fear of being smothered. Their fear of all that stuff. Which is why they keep shaking their finger in your face to push you back. Okay? They're afraid of that. They're going to overcome it, though. They're going to overcome it. Because you have a different... now you can overcome what's being traditional and move towards something that's more natural. Ooh, I like that. The Hierophant, more natural in this deck. Much more natural. Okay, so underneath the 6 of Wands, 3 of Wands here for outcome. Where are we going here? 7 of Pentacles. Excuse me. 7 of Pentacles. Wow, having trouble. Having trouble today. 7 of Pentacles. Overcoming. This has been a long time wait. Your expectations and your fame or your being awesome has sown the seeds for the rejection, has sown the seeds for the reconnection, has sown the seeds for the ultimate moving forward. They may be disingenuous with you when they first come forward and talk about just passion. Look, I just want to be with you. There's a great song. Is it Bobby Lee Hooker? I forget. Muddy Waters. I just want to make love to you. Listen to that song. Listen to that song. I don't want you to keep our home. I don't want you to wash my clothes. I just want to make love to you. There's like all of this stuff around, I don't want the normal trappings of a relationship. I just want to make love to you. He doesn't say I want to have sex with you. There's a difference there to me. It's like, I don't want to have all of the mundane issues around this relationship. I just want to have that one sweet connection. And when I listened to that, my Divine Masculine sent me that song 8 years ago, 7 years ago. And I found it like, wow. But I also found it a little bit like, you don't want me to be with you. You just want, and I found it a little insulting, to be honest with you, but then I understood what he was saying. He wants something different than what he's experienced already. Check box. Okay, we can do something different. But you got to talk to me about it. 7 of Pentacles. Underneath the Hermit, Knight of Swords here, 6 of Cups. Returning from the past, returning to you. They're going to do it. We know that. They're going to do it. June, 6 of Cups, 6th month. We're returning from the past. And you've been waiting for them. Underneath the 3 of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, Hanged Man. Boy. Start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. Annoying. But this card, it's not start, stop without a purpose, okay? It's start, stop with the intention of clearing these issues that that your person has. Devil, Lovers, Death. Okay, outcome, please. Magician. I said it. They're going to try to be deceptive. They're going to try to be deceptive. Advice for you. Whoa. Page of Pentacles, know your value. Okay. You got to clear the baggage. So Page of Pentacles, know your value. 9 of Wands, clear the baggage. Emperor. Not only are they your emperor, you're the Empress Club, right? You're the Empresses. That's what the awakened twins are. They're your person. They're ready to ascend to that place. This is also a little bit about control. That's why they're trying to be deceptive. Trying to control the situation. Have compassion. Have compassion for this person, for your divine partner, because they are trying to control it. Whoopsie, come here, you. Come here, deck. They are trying to control it. Whoa! Okay. Okay. And the universe is like, playfulness, it is safe for you to love. So instead of going down this very deep, dark hallway, the Devil, Lovers, Death, Hierophant, King of Wands, instead of doing that, the advice here is to allow the universe to move it forward. Wheel of Fortune. Be balanced. Justice, 2 of Wands here. You have expectations. You've asked the universe for this reunion. Be celebratory about it. Be joyful about it. You know, my constriction, and I've just explained to you what's been going on. My constriction has been like, when he wants to have sex, I'm like, you just want to have sex with me and you don't want to be with me. Well, he's telling me he wants to be with me. He's giving me what he can. And I need to shift my own block on that into more playfulness. It is safe for you to love. Past life relationship. This is the thing that I need to heal. Some of you listening to this may have a similar issue because it's about knowing your value is the most important thing here. Knowing your value, knowing what you want, knowing that this is not going to be a normal looking relationship. So what, again, what does it look like? What does it look like? Okay, guys, that's a lot for one day. Overruling your head, following your heart. Your heart always knows what to do. Follow your heart. Listen to your heart. Use your intuition. That's why we're going to talk about teaching you about this, is that how can you get past your own left brain logical stuff? That's what a pendulum is. That's what tarot cards are. They're an extension of your own heart and intuition. Feelings. Your feelings about, I don't want him taking advantage of me. That's real. That's real. He's taking advantage of you, he or she is taking advantage of you if you're doing it for a different reason, for a hidden reason. To get back together, to have, to have the cars and the house and the boat and the kids and all that stuff. If that's your intentions just need to match. Let me just say it that way. Your intentions need to match. He may have some kind of intention the same way, but it may not present itself right away. So the intention here needs to be the same. If he calls you back, let's have sex, make sure that your intentions are the same. That's what he's being deceptive about. If you're feeling like he's lying to you or she's lying to you, it's the intention they're lying about. What is the intention here? What do you want from me? Because if my intention is to be in relationship and your intention is a fun Saturday afternoon, then we're really not on the same page. But if your intention is, I just want to be with you because this is a really challenging thing and I don't know about commitment, but I do know I love you. That's different. Let your heart guide you. Woo! I gotta go take a shower. I'm just kidding. That was a lot. All right, my loves. I will see you tomorrow. Mwah. Here I go.